So welcome to Go Talk TV. Introduce yourself. Who do we have on the couch with us today?
I'm Chef Ashley.
Okay, Chef Ashley. What's up?
I'm 30 years old.
Okay.
I just made 30.
That's what's up. Me too. Me too.
Yeah. Okay. I love to cook.
Okay.
I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, born and raised.
Okay.
From Fairfields.
Okay, Fairfields. All right. So I want to ask you, what was it like for you growing up in Fairfield in the early 2000s? What was it like for you?
Oh man, it was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Especially being like the only girl in my family, and I was raised by brothers, so I was basically running the street with them, scratching up my knees on bikes, skateboards.
Okay. Okay. So you had a mom in your life, dad in your life, grandma. Who raised you?
My mom, she raised me, but I was kind of like a little hard head.
Okay.
So my grandparents pretty much put me under their wing after that.
Okay. So did you move in with your grandparents, or they just monitored you or stuff like that?
Yeah, I basically moved in with them.
Okay.
So
okay.
They went the rest of the way.
Okay. So you said you was the only girl. Mm-hmm. How many brothers did you have?
Two.
Okay. All right. So what number would that make you? The middle, the oldest, the youngest?
The youngest.
Oh, so you're the only girl and you were the youngest. So paint that picture. What was it like for you being the only girl in the, well, I'm not going to say in the household, but the only girl sibling in the household and the youngest?
I couldn't do much. I was limited, You know how the mamas is with their girls. I tried to run behind my brothers, do what they do, but it was pretty boring, Yeah. I had to stick to the script basically.
So they ain't take you under their wing or nothing like that?
They did, but they was more strict on me than them.
Okay. So would you say they were like protective brothers? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they let them pretty much do what they want. I guess you know how boys is, but me, it's like I was on lockdown.
Well, you were the youngest. All right. Okay. So, what type of schools did you attend coming up?
So far as like middle, elementary.
Yeah, elementary, middle, high school.
I went to Capital Middle.
Okay.
Broadmoor Middle.
Okay.
Northwestern Middle. I was kind of bad, so I went to a few schools.
What is your definition of bad? Okay, what's it like? All right. Were you like a class clown? Were you the type to skip school or?
Pretty much a class clown.
Okay.
I guess that attention that I wasn't getting too much at home like I wanted to.
Okay.
I just was acting out.
Okay.
And get to a lot of fights. I remember I had suspicious paper stacked up this high.
Okay. All right. So, what was the reaction to your parents seeing that you were acting out in school? What was their reaction to that?
My mama was very disappointed because she couldn't, she'll be at work, she'll always get a phone call. So it was frustrating for her. My dad, he wasn't never really there,
Okay.
But I was all right with that,
Okay.
But my mom, she wanted me to do better.
Okay.
But
was she more like disappointed, or she used to flash out on you?
She wasn't never really the flashing out type.
Okay. My mom was.
Yeah.
Boy, my mom was hands on, literally hands on.
It was a time where I forgot what I did, but I had pushed her, because my mama the type of person you got to push her to the limit.
Okay.
And then she'll just
Okay.
So I had pushed her to the limit one day. That was my last time.
What was that last straw? What was it that broke the camel back? What was it that you did?
I think I snuck out the house or something.
Oh. And she don't play that?
Yeah, no.
She don't play that. Okay.
Because remember I told you I was on lockdown.
Oh, okay. I get you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And she was like more worried than anything. That's what had.
So she was like panicking and stuff like that. She didn't know where you were?
She didn't know where I was. Because I ain't never overstepped that boundary before.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did she see you come back in the home, or she went out searched for you and found you?
When I came home, it had a swarm of police.
Oh damn! Oh yeah, she didn't found you missing. She didn't reported you missing.
Yes, indeed.
Oh damn! How long were you gone? You was just gone for that night, a few hours, or?
Yeah, I was gone for a few hours.
Damn! And she hit the okay. Yeah. And how old were you at the time?
I had to be about maybe 12.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, I get it.
12, 13,
I get it. I get it. All right. 12. I get it. Okay. All right. So you said your father wasn't around. Mm-hmm. Did you know him and he just wasn't around, or you didn't get a chance to know him, or what was that?
I did. He was just in and out of my life because he was always going to jail. Okay. He was always.
Okay, dealing with his legal situations and stuff like that. Okay, all right.
So he could never really focus on a relationship with me because he was in the streets.
Okay, and how would you say that affected you coming up?
It affected me a lot because when he did come around, it was like that instant connection, like,
okay,
and I wanted more out of it. But
so you never resented, because of that, like, why he's never around you. You kind of understood you was doing this. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It's like at that young age, I understood stuff that I shouldn't have, but I knew what was going on, so I didn't hold it against them.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, what type of students were your brothers like? What type of things did they get into? Were they like the sports type, or they was outside hanging, or?
Yeah, I say my oldest brother, he was more like a ladies' man type.
Okay.
Could sell ice in Antarctica type. I mean, because I ain't gonna lie, a lot of my hustling mentality come from my brother.
Okay.
Gotta
had a hustle.
Yeah. Damn. He used to hustle candy bars at school. But he wouldn't make good grades though.
Oh, okay.
He was always suspended. Me and him was in the same boat. But he knew how to make some money.
Okay. Okay, that's what's up.
But yeah, he'll be selling all kind of goodies at school, candy bars, snacks, chips.
Okay. Okay.
Now my middle brother, my second oldest brother, he was the scholar. Okay. He was the straight A, never missed a day in school. He loved school. He was pretty much the geek. Okay. And a lot of my wit come from him. So it's like I had
like a taste of both worlds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watching them,
Okay.
And he was more like he wanted to lean towards computer engineering. And he was the first one to graduate out of both of them from high school.
Oh, okay.
So
that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
He was real good in school. I mean, never missed class, never skipped, made straight A's, on the dean's list, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, he was about his business.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Right. You said at some point in time you transitioned to your grandparents' house. Mm-hmm. Around what age was that?
Maybe about what's the last incident I told you when I got out the house.
Okay.
That was like somewhat a year after that. That's when I was like, I want to go stay with my grandparents. I feel like I disappointed my mom.
So it wasn't like
I ain't have
you're finna go with your grandparents. It wasn't no type of thing.
It was a choice.
Okay.
Because I feel like I was putting my mama through too much.
Okay. So all right, what attract? Okay, what attracted you to say, okay, I'm willing to go stay with my grandmother? It was your grandmother, your grandmother, and grandfather.
Grandmother and grandfather.
Okay, why like them specifically instead of this aunt over here, this uncle over here, or this cousin over here?
Cause I know I had freedom too.
Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Why you say you don't think that was gonna be on top of you as much as you would say like your mother or something like that? And your mom agreed to that?
Yeah, she agreed. Well, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let's rewind.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't know I left.
Oh.
She was at work.
So after that incident, you said like a year later or something, you just decided, okay, a lot's going on. I'm gonna just up and leave.
Yeah.
And you were how old?
I was 14 then.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she probably called the police again. All right. So, what was that reaction? What saying her now 14-year-old going out the house? Did you just pack your stuff and go? Yeah,
I just packed my stuff and go. I called a friend of mine, and it was funny because I was playing basketball at the time at Brownmore Middle.
Okay.
And I had my little duffel bag that they gave me, and I just packed all my stuff. Okay. And I just hauled behind. Now, mind you, we were staying in Zachary then, so I had to travel from Zachary back to Baton Rouge in Fairfields, Madison. So okay. I ended up going there. So I guess when she got off work, she came straight over there.
Oh, and she knew you was over there?
Oh, yeah, she knew I was.
Okay.
Because it's she already know. Like, oh, I know shit.
Okay. So she finds you over there, and boom. What happens then?
Well, she wasn't too happy because I explained to her that I wanted to stay here because I felt like I was giving her too much trouble. I didn't want to give my mama no heart attack. Okay.
It was a mixture of that, and you felt like, yeah, I still have a little more freedom than in front of you still. Okay,
right.
All right. And that managed to convince her to let you stay?
Yep. She didn't. It's like one side was like, I want my baby at home with me, and the other side was kind of like, she kind of right. You know?
Okay. So, all right. What was that transition like? What was those first couple nights like? Those first couple weeks like? Now setting up shop at your grandparents' house, did you have different set of rules that you had to follow by, or were they similar, like chores and be in by this time, and were they similar?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No.
Break that down. Okay. Why would you say?
My grandparents, I was spoiled by them. So
okay. Okay.
That's the whole. Okay. You know why I went back to saying I have a little more freedom. At the time I wasn't really in the streets to where like that where I had to be in for a certain time. But if say for instance if I was to go outside in the yard, it was never really a time for me to come in. You know, I just come in when I feel like it. As long as I let them know where I'm going, pretty much, you know.
Damn. That did not roll like that in my house. Not at all.
But that's why I just went ahead and went over there. What else? I felt like I could express myself more. It's like I didn't feel so smothered.
With your mom?
No, with my grandparents. You know, as a child, like my.
Oh, you feel like you can't?
Yeah, that I can.
Okay, all right. I get it.
It was more peaceful.
Did you end up by it being a little more lenient than it was in your mother's home? Did you find yourself bump your head in some type of ways?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. What type? Okay. All right. What type of trouble? What type of things did you learn? Because, like you said, it was more lenient. So
Mm-hmm.
you're outside more. You get into more things. You hanging out with more people and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. And we all know that naturally comes with stuff just by being outside.
Right.
So what particular things would you say were were happening around that time by you having more freedom and to move around? And
Well, I'll say
okay,
it came with a lot of consequences. Being, when you have a lot more freedom and leniency, you tend to, like you said, you tend to get into some stuff.
okay,
You know, I started selling weed.
Okay, yeah.
Just running with the wrong crowd.
Okay.
That's when I started smoking too. When I moved to my grandparents' house.
Okay. And what age was that?
That was 14.
14. You started smoking at 14?
Kind of right off the back, I started getting into stuff.
Okay. That's normal stuff that come with just how you saying having that time. Okay. Did it ever get back to your grandparents that certain things were going on? And what was their reaction?
I would say my grandmother, she was disappointed. My grandfather, he was pretty much an OG, so he, he wasn't really tripping. It's like he already knew what was, it was gonna happen at some time, at some point.
So, what was there anyone that was just like? Because I'm angling from my upbringing, how the hammer was brought down on me. Was there that type of person that was like hammer down on you besides your mom? It was just, but I know you said your mom, you had to really push her though for her to really. My mom, she was on goal at all point. She didn't, even if she thought you was gonna do something, she was on top of it. Like, and I was the younger one. It was just two of us, and I gave her the hard time.
Right.
So she came down harder on me.
Right.
And so it was no one else like that after transitioning from your mother's crib that was just like, nah, you ain't finna. Did your brothers step in like, oh, no, okay.
Nope.
Okay.
My mama and I say her brothers, my uncles, they don't play.
Okay.
So, but I wasn't necessarily living with them. They was called if I was literally doing too much. And she, you know what? I'm gonna let your uncles handle you. Then my uncle at the time, he was a trooper. So that scare tactic thing that they'll try to do.
and what was that like? Did that try to straighten you up in a little bit?
Yeah,
or you was
I
I'm not
my
tripping
uncle.
on that.
But not in like a scared way, but a respectful feel.
I feel you. He was the stern guy. You already knew he not going for it and all that. Okay. All right. Yeah. So coming up, I know you were from Baton Rouge, but did you ever get a chance to travel around by chance? Could you list some places you've traveled before outside of Louisiana?
Growing up, we did travel a lot as a family.
Okay.
My stern uncle I told you about, he was the one planning all the family trips. So we went to Florida, Oklahoma, California,
I still haven't
Mississippi, Alabama. I mean, I could name a lot of states that we went to.
Okay. So, and another thing I like to ask, all right, by you being from Louisiana, okay, do what's your interest in like music? Because I want to ask you like, what is your top five Louisiana artists? And now it doesn't have to be a specific genre or specific era.
Okay.
But who would you say your top five Louisiana artists are?
I have to say Boosie for sure.
Okay, everybody got
No, we
Boosie.
got
Everybody got Boosie.
Boosie, Webby, Fat.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm, I like the Mister a lot.
Okay. Okay.
And I say one more. Um, let me think.
Now, it's not, number one's the top and number five's the least.
Right, just naming them.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
One more, I can't think of one more.
I
like Young Boy, but he be turned a lot.
Okay.
But I say Max Manelli.
Okay. All right. I heard someone say that before.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. So, are you a parent?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We're going to speak on that. All right. So, what is it like for you? Because there was that period of time where you weren't a parent and now you are a parent.
Mm-hmm.
What was that transition like? What is it like for you being a parent now?
Being a parent, I'll say I'm not as strict on my kids how I was, like in solitary confinement.
Yeah.
But a lot of things that I went through at such an early age, I'm on them about it. I talk to them like we talking.
Okay.
So they know where I'm coming from because they so smart. So I'm like, I'm gonna just talk to them direct.
Okay.
Because I don't want them to go down that path that I went on.
Okay.
So especially my girls.
Okay. All right. So how many kids do you have? Is two girls? You have multiple girls?
Two. Yeah.
2 girls. Okay.
And one boy.
And one boy. So you got both. Okay. All right. So what have you learned since like? Because I've heard people say, okay, it's a journey, and also it's a understanding patience. Like you say, you're not just hammer down on your kid. You feel like you can talk to them and still get your point across.
Right.
So, what have you learned since then? Like certain tactics, certain things you learned that because sometimes I've heard the kids teach the parents things, So
that's true.
Yeah. So, so what would you say those things were since having your kids and becoming a mother and into motherhood?
Well, I learned not to, because like you said, your mama was like hammer down on you. Yeah.
And all that does is make you want to sneak out more.
Yep.
And
Yep. Yeah. And that's the point I'm getting to.
Okay.
Because my son.
Yeah.
I tried. I went a different route with him.
Okay.
Because with boys, you kind of gotta be stern with boys. Because at 15, I want you to know, don't play with me.
Okay, I got you.
But I'm learning how to not fuss, but talk. Just sit them down, talk, and not whoop them so much.
Okay.
Punish them so much. I'm trying to give him leeway to express himself, more than what I was allowing him to do. Because I'm like, nah, you gonna do what I say. But I feel like kids should have opportunity to express themselves.
Okay.
Tell you how they feel without you. Growing up, like, nah, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what that is, but I get it. Okay. So what I've noticed, is that you do the cooking thing. So, okay, we're gonna get into the earlier stages of that.
Okay.
Okay, what even sparked your interest in just like the enjoyment of cooking? Period. You know, before even trying to make it the business part and promoting it and that aspect. What even struck your interest? Because everybody can't cook. Everybody don't have the interest of doing that. What started that?
Well, I come from a family of cooks.
Okay.
You know, all my family cook, even the, you know, down to the smaller siblings.
Okay.
You know, we just all cooked. My family just dynamic cooks. So I was around that growing up. You know, I cooked with my mama, my grandmother, you know, my grandfather. He just liked to fry fish and eat red beans. But that in itself was top tier, you know.
Oh, you meant okay. All right.
So
you was always in the kitchen. You was always soaking game. You was always right there. Okay.
Right there. And but at that age, you know, you didn't know what you want, if that's what you want to do or not. You ain't know about the journey and about business, and you know, because I was never really taught that, you know, how to get a LLC and stuff like that. So I didn't really take an interest to it then. But my grandmother was a caterer, and she was a businesswoman, and she catered. She had her own boutique, and I was right there with her catering, you know. And it was a hard job, but we did it.
Okay.
And it's kind of like, I think it was like you said, with the journey, it all makes sense now. You know, it all makes sense because I apply what she taught me and what I grew up seeing to my business now. And even with jobs, I was always at fast food restaurants.
Okay.
And that was always my jobs. And I was like, man, I don't want to keep doing this. You know, I'm like, I know it's more to life than fast food.
Yeah. I had that mindset as well.
Yeah. So, but now it all makes sense, you know.
Okay.
But mostly, what sparked it was my grandmother catering and cooking like a lot for the family, for funerals, weddings. She was the go-to person.
Okay. So did you like start off like younger, like, okay, I'm gonna make us dinner tonight, y'all, and stuff like that? Okay, so what was that go-to dish you started off with?
Spaghetti. Because spaghetti easy to cook.
Yeah.
You know, and my family loves spaghetti.
Okay.
And hamburgers.
Okay. So what was that first reaction to you that first time preparing everyone's meal? The first time.
It was heartwarming.
Okay.
Because I was like, just watching them mostly doing things, I just picked it up.
Okay. Yeah, so soaking it in as a sponge.
Yeah. And I didn't really have to do it hands-on too much. Like, long as if I seen it, because I'm a visual person. But if I seen it, I could just get right to it. And it amazed them because, like, I never touched nothing. I just did it. You know.
Oh, okay.
So
some people learn, and some people, it just sit in their brain like that and just work out for them like that. They just able to soak it up and just perform.
Right.
Okay. So it was a heartwarming. Okay, that's what's up.
And I felt like accomplished. Like, yeah.
So you started doing it more and more. Okay, that's what's up. So all right. So right now, what would you say your go-to dish would be? Like, all right, if if someone that's never had any cooking from you or anything, and they say, "Hey, prepare your," right off the bat, what would that be? What would you? Mm-hmm.
I'll have to fry them some fish.
Okay, there we go. I feel you can't go wrong with fish.
Yep.
Okay.
Some fried fish, potato salad, peas, baked beans. I give them a choice. Everybody don't like these.
Okay. Okay.
And some kind of pasta.
Okay. So, all right. So, what age was that when you started taking it seriously outside of home? Were you like, all right, you started selling plates and friends? What was it?
I'll say it wasn't. It was later on till I got pretty much grown.
Okay.
After cooking. When I started getting in relationships.
Okay.
You gotta cook as a woman and stuff like for your household and your kids.
And it was still a good reaction always throughout the whole time.
Yep. Okay. So it was to the point where I was like, you know what? I want to take my cooking to the next level. So I say about 1920.
Okay.
Around when I had my first child.
Okay.
So I had to really start cooking a lot then. Then I had my first kid, which was a boy. Y'all like to eat.
Eat. Yep. I know. I know.
So, when I did start selling plates, I did sell it to family and friends. It was like a small circle of people.
Okay. So what made it spread? Was it word of mouth, or did you come up with business cards? Did you go on social media? What was it that you did to?
At that time, I wasn't as dedicated to it like I am now.
Okay.
Cause I didn't know nothing about that part yet.
You just enjoyed the cooking part and people liking the cooking.
Yep.
Okay. So how long would you say you was in that stage before you transitioned into actually taking yourself seriously? Like, hey, nah, I want to brand myself. I want to brand what I do and market it and reach people.
Well, I'll say at the age of it wasn't not too long ago. It was a few years ago. I ended up going to jail, and I'm just being real.
We were just having a smooth conversation. Okay, what was that for? What was that for?
Well, I'll say it was from a domestic situation.
Okay.
And
okay.
I ended up having enough.
Yeah, I feel you.
Right. You know how that go.
I feel you.
So I would say after that wake up call.
Okay.
This was like 21.
Okay, still young.
Yeah. So after that, I said, you know what? I'm about to get serious about what I want to do.
Okay. You ain't want to just let that situation be like a cycle of just in and out. Then your mother now and stuff like that, and that you're not only absent from being on the outside, you're absent from their lives, and that takes a whole nother toll as well. So I get that.
Right.
I get that. So who put you on game? Did you go out there and search the internet yourself, or what made you say, hey, how can I make this what I need it to be, and go out? Because a lot of the information is out there,
right?
And what a lot of people tend to do is, instead of going out there to seek the information themselves, they'll just ask, or just be like a trash bag in the wind and just let it float until something lands?
Yeah.
Or what made you say, okay, this is what I want to do. This is how I need to do it. Now I'm gonna take those steps toward actually doing it.
Right.
You know, because people talk but
Mm-hmm.
don't do it. So what made you decide to take that step?
Well, I knew a few people who actually was having motion with business. So
Okay, that's a good thing as well. Okay.
So basically, I had some resources that I could go to. So, because I've been watching them, I've been like, well, when I get it together, you know, I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna get this ball rolling. You know.
Okay.
So I reached out to them. I was like, what it is that I got to do to start my own business.
Okay.
So they basically started from the basics. Like first, you got to get your LLC. You know, and if anybody want to know, go on irs.gov.
There you go.
And you fill out for an LLC on IRS, limited liability company, or you could be a sole proprietor, whichever they want to do. You know, then you got to register your business, get your EIN number. You know, you name your business.
Now, see, okay, you could ask someone, how do you do something like that? And they can say exactly those words you were saying. But then someone that's never, ever took that path, and you were once at that step.
Yeah.
When they're telling you that, you have to be like, what? You know, so like, first, because that's the difficult thing. You have to do this. They're giving you the game.
Right.
But you have to kind of break it down and see what, okay, this is what this means. This is what this does. This is what this means. This is what this does.
Right.
These things can help me this way.
Right.
So, all right, break what you just said down. Break that down. First, you get a certain EI number, IE number. What you
EIN number.
EIN number. Okay, what is that? How this? Break that down for people out there, because there are people out there that want to, you know.
Well, like I said, first you go on the rs.gov website. You click limited liability company. Then you create a business name, whatever name that you want for your business to be. You do, I guess, the date that you started the business. How many people be under the business, or is it just you or other people? But I recommend just you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Select just you. And then you do that, and they'll give you a taxpayer ID, a EIN number. That's basically you being noticed as or registered as a entity. Okay. So they will send you papers in the mail, your taxpayer number. Then you take that number and you go on go.com to register your business. It's like nothing, about $103, and you register your business as, you know, so you'll be a known entity. And it's like a $85 fee for registering, another fee that you'll have to pay. And then that's it.
About $200, a little less than $200.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
And from then you'll have your LLC?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Now, I know there's more steps after that. Once you now obtain the LLC, now it's time to actually make the business a business, and start running it as a business. Okay. What were those steps for you? Because by you doing those previous steps, that lets people know that, all right, I'm trying to make this a business, and also I'm trying to make equity off of this.
Right.
So, all right, now how do you get to that step to say, all right, now I'm about to start doing this and making funds off of this. What's that step like?
That step is pretty easy because what you do, you take your when you do register your business, your entity, they send you papers called articles of organization.
Okay.
And when you go and open a business account, you have to have those papers, and they put all that in, and you get you a business account, so that way if you ever need like loans or grants or something like that, they could see that you've been making the amount of money to be able to get
That's free
stuff
game.
like that. Yeah.
That's free game. That's free game. Okay. All right. So
now, that part, I ain't gonna lie, they be charging a pretty penny to open a business account. You be like, what? $250.
Yeah.
But you gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be it'll be worth it way more down the road that whole time. You're not even gonna after a while you're not even gonna think about that money you put up about that. Okay. So when you first was doing the food, the catering, the plates, were you charging, or you was just cool with the satisfaction of people liking your cooking?
Well, I started charging it.
Right out the gate?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Because some people be modest and stuff like that. Like, oh no, I just like the smiles on their face and stuff like that.
Right, because that's when I was like, that's when, like, going back to saying I wanted to get serious about it. Because I wanted eventually, to lead up to me, this might be my career.
Okay, yeah, you said, and then you said in the tone anyway, because start off charging, they already know.
Right.
If you know what I'm saying.
Now I would say my prices could have been better, but I felt it's like I already had that.
You feel like you was overcharging or undercharging?
No, I was undercharging at first.
Okay, all right. So then when you were starting off, what was the price and what would come with the meal for that price?
For what I was selling, I'll say I used to sell hamburgers and fries for $10. Loaded fries too now.
Okay.
With the seafood and everything, just $10.
Wow. Because you gotta pay for that stuff yourself and make it and stuff like that.
That's right.
Okay.
But see, I wasn't knowledgeable of that. I was just jumping in.
Oh. You was hooking them up for 10 up. Oh.
Yes.
That's why they were rocking. That was how they said. Yeah. Okay.
But at the same time, I knew it. But gradually, I was like, you know what? I could reel them in like this.
Okay. Because you just started off too, though.
Yeah. So I don't want to just
bust their head right.
Yeah. As soon as I get in the game,
Okay.
Like they probably be like, who she think she is?
Now there is that little wall where now you want to charge more because you know what you're doing. You even got even better over time as well.
Oh yeah.
And now you need to upcharge. Was it people that kind of resented, fell back on? Oh man, you charging too much, or they was rocking with it. They supported it.
Man, I had some people that was rocking with me through the whole time till I started charging more.
Okay, what did the price jump up from $10 to what?
It gradually went up.
Okay.
Like as I mastered more dishes, my prices went up. Okay.
What would a burger and loaded fries cost from you
today? A burger and loaded fries is gonna cost you $12 just for a hamburger and loaded fries.
Okay.
Now, if you want seafood, you gonna have to give me $4 more.
Okay.
But just the loaded fries, I'm gonna give you that. But when I get into putting bacon and stuff on there, you're gonna have to give me $2 more. But seafood so high. But see, I know now.
Okay.
Seafood.
The price still not unreasonable. It's not unreasonable, especially in today's time. Everything's high. Not everything.
Exactly.
High. So that's reasonable.
Now,
that's reasonable.
With the comfort food, just like tacos, fries, that's gonna run you between 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Now, see, my plate lunches, you got to give me 20.
Okay, there we go. There we go. That's enough. Okay, so what comes with the plate lunches?
Like fries, fish plates. Potato salad, peas, pasta. Okay. Or I do like fried ribs. Pasta again, potato salad, peas, stuff like that. Red beans, fried chicken, cornbread, green beans. Stuff like that. You have to
stuff that stick to your ribs. The solid food. Okay, I feel it. Okay. Yep. All right, then it's home cooked, so you know. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So, where could people find or contact you to purchase this food, see the food, because people gotta see it and everything.
Right. Like I am on Instagram at Comfort Foods Block LLC. Because I have two separate businesses. Okay. So I make cheesecakes, Divine Journey Cheesecakes LLC.
I did see that. Okay. It's on two Facebook. Different. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And Ashlea Nicole is where I cook all my food, where everything is intertwined. Okay. All right. So.
All right. So I've seen you come up with a logo and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So who put you on game about that? Like, the graphic design. Who put you? Did you say to yourself that I need to come up with a logo for this, or did someone whisper it in your ear? Like
that part. Uh-huh. Now let's rewind a little bit. Okay. The LLC part, that information, that was the only thing, the information that I received from a particular person.
Okay.
Everything after that, on my own.
Okay. Okay. I feel that. I feel mm-hmm. that. Is everybody ain't just gonna walk you through every single step of the way, but they'll get you started. That's cool. Mm-hmm. All right. So, what's next for you? What could people anticipate from you in the upcoming stages? Like, mm-hmm. Are there any, like, all right? Because I know I watch cooking shows and mm-hmm. TV. Like, are you interested in like those cooking competitions and stuff like that? Have you ever done stuff like that, or are you interested in trying?
No, I haven't, but I was interested. I'm still open to it. Okay. But normally I do pop-up shops. Okay. All right.
Where is it? Around the Louisiana area and mm-hmm. stuff like that? Okay.
Yeah, I did pop-up shops at Auctional Hospital, Farmers Market. Okay. Just a lot of events people do, and they'll send it to me, and to be a vendor, and I just come out and.
Oh, that's dope. And while you doing that, do you like hand out your cards and all that? Oh, okay. Yeah. What's like the reactions to people? Is it the same reaction when they when you go out to those places and make your food and stuff? It's the same reaction?
Not really, because uh-huh. It's like you the new kid on the block, versus people that's been out there. Okay. But once I start putting them burgers on that grill, or what do they smell?
Okay, I get.
That's when they gonna come, and then I get the reaction that I want when they, when I fix it and they indulge in it.
Okay, that's dope.
I see a lot of smiles. That's what I want.
Do you ever see yourself like one day a cooking show or?
Okay. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. If you had a cooking show, do you have a name you would come up for it? Like, would it be like a competition show, or would it be you teaching people how to cook and your favorite dishes and stuff like that?
Yeah, I haven't came up with the name for it yet.
Okay.
But I did. I would like. That's funny you asked that because I do. When I get to that point, I do want to have a cooking show, and like different celebrities, artists, actresses to come and we just cook together, pretty much like how we doing now.
That type of vibe. Okay.
Yeah, get to know each other and teach them some stuff if they don't already know. But like simple stuff.
That's a vibe. That's a vibe. That's a vibe. I can see that. Yeah. I can see that. Okay, that's dope. All right, so I usually leave off on the tip of. I like to ask my guests: is there? Because we do this for the. I try to do it for the youth as well. So, is there any game, knowledge, quote, anything you would like to lead to the youth? Any last word? Any words of inspiration or stuff you learn? Anything that you'd like to share?
I'll say, well, I have two things. I'll say.
Yeah, do your thing.
Whatever that you love to do that make you happy, that you feel comfortable with doing, that's your calling. Something that you really, really enjoy doing and make you really happy. Like you could do it all day, every day, round the clock. That's your calling. And in itself, life a journey, not a destination. Wow. So nothing come easy. You gotta work for it.
Yeah.
But it'll come back to you in good ways. You ain't gotta step on nobody's toes to get it. Just put in the work and it'll come back in the unsuspected ways.
Dope. That's dope.